Welcome to another That's What They Said, a podcast where we question the questionable lyrics of your favorite songs. Serena Morales and Scott Spinelli talking Vengaboys. We like to party! Exclamation point! We are partying today!
I was curious going into this song. Do they like to party?
I think they do.
I wasn't sure. And it turns out
clear.
I pulled a U move. I counted. I mean, I control F.
Yeah.
Did you know how many times they say we like to party?
No.
Some version of like to party or we like to party. I think it was 32 times.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's more than a baby in a Britney Spears song. So yeah, that's impressive.
Exactly. Which is a high barrier to cross.
That's right. You went over that mark.
That episode will have come out by now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have something to compare to and some context that was
we're just referencing things that people are like, wait, what? They did a Britney Spears episode? It's like, no
idea. No. For those that may not know the song from the late 90s, you may know it because it also uses the Six Flags theme park song, and it's in all the commercials with the old man dancing. Can we talk about that for a second? Yeah, please.
Can we talk about that? Yeah. What was that old man's dude? That was deal. That old man's deal. It was so weird, right?
He has a mask on, but then it's an old man mask, but then it's like bah, 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 bah. This guy's got every limb moving. I mean, you're gonna have an Epsom salt bath after that move, buddy.
Ooh, yeah, first of all, we're both old because we know exactly what that kind of bath is. I take those on the reg. I played basketball the other day. I felt like I got hit by an 18-wheeler. I actually honestly debated, would it have been better for me to have been hit by an 18-wheeler? And I think the answer is yes. But at any rate, that guy with all of the gyrating was so off-putting for some reason visually, right? I don't remember why. I just remember, did you feel the same? Like I was unnerved watching those commercials. I didn't like him.
I'm also like, why would Six Flags use an old man with a mask on? It's very clear he has a mask on. Yeah. And so, but also it's like, you wouldn't want to see your grandpa moving like that. You'd be like, hey, abuelo, you're gonna hurt yourself. It
did have an Abuelo Jose and from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory quality to it, where like all of a sudden they have an abundance of energy. As soon as Six Flags or a tour of a great chocolate factory comes into play, they're no longer sleeping in a big bed, they're going on roller coasters. This is a mixed metaphor at this point, but
please see Willy Wonka if you're trying to keep up with him. That commercial's random. It's also just, it is funny that this song became even more popular than it already was because Six Flags was like, let's use this song as our theme park.
I have one before we get back to the song. Just a quick Six Flag question though. Did you, growing up in the Bronx, what Six Flags did you go to? The one down
in Jersey?
By me? Yeah. Did you go like the one in Jersey? Right? There wasn't in New York that you went to.
No, it was just the Jersey one.
And did you also remember that they had like a big Warner Brothers tie-in? There was always a lot of like Looney Tune characters there.
There was the Batman. There was the Batman ride.
Yep.
I remember the Batman ride.
One of my favorite rides. Yeah.
Oh, really? I am scared out of my mind for roller coasters.
Oh, to be clear, I probably stopped doing this right after college, but prior to that, I mean, at this point now, I look at a roller coaster and think, man, that'd hurt my neck. That's where my head's at with those. But anyway.
I'm just like the adrenaline. Like I get adrenaline speaking in front of live audiences, and every other, like I think the number one public fear is public speaking, and then heights, and then spiders. And two of those things I can't stand. Like I'm so scared of roller coasters. A spider, I will give it my apartment keys. You pay the first of the month rent.
You win.
But public speaking, I'm like, that's totally fine. I have no fear. It's very odd.
That was a great Seinfeld bit. That his joke at the time, at least, the top two fears amongst people are public speaking, and the number two is death. And the joke was that means that most of the people in this room, you'd rather be at a funeral, you'd rather be in the coffin than giving the eulogy. It's just a great joke.
But this song was for the people who loved like Barbie Girl and the Macarena. This was like sort of in that space.
Yes.
I have a Denver nug for you. The group has a website. If anyone was curious to find out what the Vengaboys are doing currently, They also have on their website tabs, and one of them is the Venga Times, which is a newspaper-esque website where it collects all of the publications. It's so ridiculous. Venga Times publish 5 tips for when you're dancing and everybody is watching. It's an article on the website.
How recent is this article, would you say?
Let's see. There's, you know what? There's no date listed. So,
That's weird that they didn't timestamp it.
yeah, no, this is just an evergreen article. 5 tips include tip 1, hair and makeup on fleek.
Oh, okay. Noted.
Tip 2, dress to impress. Tip 3, make an entrance. Tip 4, tap into your inner dancer. And then tip 5, have fun. So,
well, as long as having fun is part of it, yeah.
Yeah. At one point during the pandemic, TikTok started a Vengaboys trend where people would like stack on top of each other and go up and down. It was very dangerous looking, and it ended up causing a lot of injuries. And the Vengaboys, via the Venga Times, asked people to stop doing it. This is my Denver Nug.
I have a Denver Nug for you. We're gonna, this whole podcast is gonna be nugs where there's no lyrics.
There's no lyrics, so this will be
that's such a good one. I didn't realize how much they were trying to work the word Venga into things. Like in this song, it's called parentheses the Venga bus.
Right.
In the video, it's about the Venga bus delivering them places.
Yeah.
But I didn't know. Here's one for you. This group has as many studio albums as they have greatest hits albums. Yes. Somehow they have 2 albums. That's it. And then they have 2 greatest hits albums. How could that be? Are they just a reproduction of the previous? Like what? How does that math?
It's actually impressive.
Yeah, doesn't make sense.
1 per album.
Yeah, it's just we're calling this the greatest hits. Deal with it.
Done. Wow.
It. Yeah.
Well, a little background from their website. I took a deep dive.
Yeah, I get that.
It began with 2 DJs, Dansky and Del Mundo, throwing impromptu and illegal beach parties from their worn-out school bus. And while touring the Spanish coast and Ibiza between 1992 and 97, they added 4 dancers, Denise, Kim, Robin, and Roy, to spice things up. So yeah, and that's the beginning of the Vengaboys. It was released, the song We Like to Party was released in the Netherlands, May 1998. And it was number 26 on the Billboard Top 100. Huge in Canada and European countries, however.
That actually really tracks. I mean, as I was aware of it, the Vengaboys are actually half male, half female, right? It's 2 girls, 2 guys, right? So Venga people is probably
Venga
the more
people,
respectful term.
They're old school Latino, where it's just you go with the O, you go male if there's more males in the group, or any male actually.
Yeah, exactly. A little patriarchy at work here in the Vengaboys.
Yeah, Venga means come, so it actually means come boys.
Come boys.
Isn't that nice?
Leave that there. That'll be fun.
Let's get some lyrics.
Oh man. Yeah, okay. So lyrics. My first and probably honestly
the only
some of my only lyrics are gonna put some wheels in motion. Get ready, cause we're coming through. Happiness is just around the corner.
Yeah.
I was saying this before. I had no idea that was literal. Like I didn't realize they literally meant that there was this bus that they were driving around.
Yeah,
I don't know that the band was, but that the song was about a Venga bus as well as them going somewhere. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I also was like, the term happiness is around the corner. I'm like, it's more loudness is around the corner. Like this whole music video, which we could talk to briefly in a second, but like they're just driving around a bus and dancing by themselves and causing disarray where no one gives 2 craps what they're doing.
Lots of mayhem. Correct.
It's just so random. So I had that too. And it's funny because Venga Bus is coming, everybody's jumping, New York to San Francisco. I thought that was interesting because it's 2 like American cities and they're a European group. So I would assume they would use cities in their neck of the woods. Like why?
Okay. Well, that's okay. So that's my next thing. I had New York to San Francisco and inner city disco. I had that same thing written down. My question, I assumed that was purposely done to make it more relatable to us, our audience. My question is this though, like, can you fathom the Venga bus stopping in like Little Rock, Arkansas, or like St. Louis, Missouri, right? Like, I get it. People do want to party and have fun, but like,
hey, Earl. Well, I think there's some out there. I think we need to just. Hey,
Who that?
Who
that there? Who that there? The Vengaboys.
I think the cows are loud today. There's happiness. There's something going on out there.
That was me if they stopped in Baton Rouge.
Yeah. Who that?
Who that? Who that? Vengaboy? Is that the Vengabus pulling up there?
The New Orleans Saints just comes out and they're like, "Oh, the Vengaboy."
Like there are like I get it, like New York, Miami, Vegas. I wouldn't say San Francisco necessarily, but LA. Like there's a number of cities where I get.
Sure, it'll work.
I love it. Like we're gonna inner city disco all the way across the country. Hard no. I could speak for America on that one. That's a nay. That's a. There's no stop in El Paso for the Vengabus.
Yeah, no, that's fair. And in general, you know, they're like to party. They're jumping around. There's a bus, but party buses to me, like I've never really been on a party bus where I'm drinking and going places around the city, but I would probably get car sick. I wrote equals car sick. Vengabus equals vomiting. Like,
unless you get to sit in the front with the driver.
Right. Like I don't know. Happiness like isn't going to be around the corner. It's going to be me puking out the window. Like,
especially if we're going from New York to San Francisco.
Oh, you know? Bumpy ride there.
Yeah.
You got any more lyrics? We just sang the whole song for you.
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
But yes, music
video.
Please. Yeah. So weird. It's an old school van bus, and then it's just a bunch of people on it dancing around and making noise in quiet streets around Europe, and like everyone's ignoring them. Like it's not like they're like, come on in, except for the beginning when they're like, hey, we stopped at a bus stop and some people got in. Outside of that, I mean, they're in the middle of like rocks alone. There's two girls just dancing, and it's just
so to that point, there was, I don't know if you noticed it in the video where like the two girls are not dancing and the two guys are.
Yes.
And they're just staring at them.
Staring. I'm like, why would you put that in?
That scene did not need to be in there. That was completely an accident.
And the little kids next to the cross in the beginning.
Why are they washing their face in a fountain?
I also wrote that. I said that is so gross. That water has been sitting there for a century. You're going to break out in hives.
Yes. And they're good-looking young people, the four of them. Why are they washing? Yeah.
It reminded me of Woodstock 99 Trainwreck, where people were washing themselves.
That like brown piss water, disgusting.
Oh, so gross. Yeah, and then like the YMCA people, like
that was my other thing.
Showed up.
I will give this group credit because as clownish as they are, I'm impressed that they took shots not only at the Village People, Michael Jackson, and Elvis at the end.
Right.
They're like, we're better than we're more entertaining than all these motherfuckers. Like everyone.
You're right.
One more thing about the song before we go is I will admit, as idiotic as the song is, and was at the time, even for people who liked it, no one thought like this is a quality piece of music. That initial thing is pretty catchy. That dun 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 dun. That little like
it's like a circus.
Before they start singing, I actually like the song. Once they start singing, I hate the song. I'm out as soon as the Venga people start speaking.
Just set that as his ringtone moving forward. Yeah, I mean, my final thought is that this group feels like they ate a bowl of Fruit Loops and they were told by their parents to go outside and play, and that's what they did. Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's a definite sugar high going on here. You don't want to be around for the Venga bus crash. Can we get a little laughter so people know you laughed at that, please?
Oh, yeah, we're gonna crash after this. That's a wrap for another That's What They Said. Vengaboys, we like to party! ! Catch us on Spotify, YouTube, and all places you listen to your podcasts. Bam, bam.
The Venga.
Recording in progress.
Hold on.
Boom, 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 boom. It's not the song we're doing.
Okay. Testing 1, 2. All right. Yeah, we're good here on my end.
Testing 1, 2.
Okay, you are good. You just you tell me when you want to get going.
Okay, let's go. Tell me when to go. All right. 3, 2,